Hello everyone, I am Mayuri Fulari and today I will try to explain the topic of DTA. So let's start with thermal analysis. It refers to a group of techniques that study the properties of material as they change with temperature. It can deal with properties such as enthalpy, thermal capacity, mass changes and coefficient of heat expansion. For example, when we see ice, if the temperature changes, the property that changes for ice is its phase. It goes from a liquid phase to a gaseous phase. Now we will see the differential thermal analysis, that is DTA. Here the term differential is important because it emphasizes the technique which is used. Here the difference in temperature of the sample and the reference is measured. That is delta T is equal to Ts minus Tr. Here it shows the diagram or the structure of this technique in which both the reference and the sample are kept in a single cell and a furnace. Here a thermocouple is used to measure the temperature. Here we see that as the temperature increases, as we increase the temperature of the furnace, we note the temperature of the sample and the reference, and then we try to find the difference between them, that is delta T. Now here we will see the plot or the graph which is actually used to find out the difference or the properties we have to see. Now in the left plot there is a graph of temperature versus time. The solid line or the dark line represents the temperature of the furnace, that is the furnace is heating up. The dotted line shows the reference, that is how the temperature changes with time for the reference which is used, and the thin line, the crisscrossed line, shows the how the temperature of the sample changes with time. Now we can see the reference which is mostly used is silicon carbide or alumina, because a reference should be used which commonly does not react with the material. It should be less reactive. We see that when something is melting, the energy or when something is melting, the temperature difference increases. When melting is completed, the difference decreases, which also tells us that it is an endothermic phenomena. That is, the supplied heat is used to melt the material. Therefore, endothermic peak shows something like melting. Exothermic peak indicate rise in temperature, that is decrease in the temperature difference. So we also know that the thermocouple is used to measure a temperature. So various types like B, J, K, S, T can be used for types of thermocouple can be used for measuring the temperature over here. Now we can learn about various phenomena from these graphs, like whenever we have an endothermic peak, it could be various processes, physical or chemical processes like vaporization, sublimation or reduction. When we have exothermic peak, it could be any physical or chemical process like absorption, crystallization or oxidation. Now there are certain factors affecting the DTA curve. They are the furnace atmosphere, furnace size and shape. It depends on how large the furnace is, how they are kept, the sample holder material and geometry, heating rate, thermocouple location in the sample. Now it also depends upon the sample characteristics like the particle size of the sample, thermal conductivity, heat capacity, packing density, sample amount and degree of crystallinity. This we can see from a simple technique in which we use a reference and a sample and find the temperature difference, and by drawing a graph from its peak and curves we can study them and we can find out what actually changes takes place and what factors the changes take place, and we can know something more about the material which we are using and we can study it more easily. Thus this is a very useful technique. Thank you.